for being patient with us. There was some real-life things that demanded some of our runners' attentions, but they are no longer demanding attention, so we are now here with you, bringing you another randomizer race between JimTheEternal and Ehseezed. I am your host, Llama, and I am joined by Odd Garrett. Hello, welcome.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, good. I'm very happy that we were able to get this race going despite the real-life difficulties. This is one of the round 3 first chance brackets. I'm very excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this race. It's actually almost at the halfway point of the tournament. This is match 24 of a possible 51.
It's been going real fast. We've been scheduling matches left and right, and we're getting through all of them pretty quick. I'm very excited to see how we're going to go through this. Is there anything particularly cursed you're looking for in this run?
Well, I think I'm interested to see if Ravenlord is setting up home at Canteron again. He's going to have to start paying rent soon.
We got Wind Orb minus. But Colossal Hammer plus. Could be worse. The comment has been that Wind Orb being minus is actually not one of the worst ones to have, because it already does 1 damage when you first get it. So being minus, it's not going to do less than 1 damage. So yeah.
And there's not a lot of, and you can chain it together a lot faster than any of the other orbs.
Yeah, I believe there's a 0 frame cooldown on it. So as fast as you can mash, you can use the Wind Orb.
That's a nasty throw trap right at the start.
Yeet! Undo some of that progress that they've done. Looks like we have a flooded Lake Serene. Zed was checking the map to see if there's much to go to the left, but there is a warp over there, so there's no harm in going left a little bit and doubling back.
It gets, yeah, it's a very common step for runners to take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are playing with Rising Tides, which can vastly change which areas are in your Sphere 1. Ooh, but we did get a fire source just there. That'll be useful when they can get to the top of Lake Serene.
Yeah, unlocks a little bit of progression in the future. Do some similar checks, but obviously if they get it at the same time, there's no bonus to either of them.
I'm not sure if we can boost Garrett's volume. We will work on that, hopefully. See if that makes any difference. I'm not sure. But yeah, most of the runners have gone a little bit and then doubled back. We also got the A key card while I was distracted with volume questions.
Yeah, literally just then. Not going to make a lot of difference straight away, but I guess they'll be happy to have it in the bank.
Mm-hmm. That is a note for future us. Could be worse. Could be better.
Yeah.
Garrett, is there anything you can do on your side to turn your volume up?
I had a little try. Let me see what else I can do.
I could also turn myself down a little bit. But we have both of the runners pretty much in sync here. The Celestial Sash underneath the bridge here means that we have infinite vertical.
Early Sash, that's a good sign for a faster seed. It certainly unlocks some more areas pretty early on.
Yep, and still going through the castle. There was a bit of a hesitation there because you could go back to Lake Serene now and go the upper way, but there's still some things you would abandon going up that way. Yes, hello, cat. Really?
Yeah, although they have a fire source now, so it's certainly less doubling back than it might otherwise be.
Yeah. There is the one hidden wall check they would have to abandon, but that's about it.
Yeah, and that Oculus ring has certainly provided a lot of the drama in this tournament so far.
Yes. We are joined by our co-commentator, Mip-Map Puddin'Cat. Hi, Kitty Cat. He's got so much to say. Really? You think I should pay attention to you instead of the stream, right?
Well, there is the water mask.
Water mask. Got lots of options.
Yeah, that left side is looking even more appealing now.
Since we know it's flooded, that gives them pretty much access to everywhere underneath and elevator keycard. Interesting. Getting a lot of stuff telling them to maybe not go through the castle, but the castle ramparts is a pretty good, one shot and go through. But yes, Zed is heading back and Jim's going in. I think that's equally... Yeah. It doesn't matter too much, because they do have the water mask, but Jim's not going down there.
Interesting. I guess because he's got the sash, he's looking at the Royal Towers a little more.
Yeah, it is a little faster. Yeah. Going for that warp shards, probably.
Good point. Makes all the doubling back and dipping in much more useful.
Indeed. Got...
Nightmare at Cantran.
That's better. That's better. He's got good telegraphing, and you don't really need your movement tech to fight Nightmare. You can just throw yourself off the infinite ledge and just cycle back to the top of the room.
Sellen's Bangle for Jim, which is going to help level up a bit quicker. Good early find.
It may be tempting to equip other accessories that actually increase your stats, but Sellen's Bangle will increase your stats once you level up. We did get a plus orb. It was Ice Plus. Not the best, but some bosses it's actually pretty good on.
Yeah. I've seen Ice Beam Plus, I've seen Frozen Spires do a lot of damage to some bosses recently. I'm interested to see that get used.
The Maw for one, the Azure Queen. We got Jim dipping up to top of Lake Serene and got one of the Laser Gate accesses. That is another new flag we're using this time around, called Prism Break. You don't have to kill bosses to get into the lab, which has been making lab is money not as true anymore.
It also made it a lot less necessary to even kill those bosses in the first place. They just turn into single checks, or in the case of more, double checks.
Exactly.
Jim and Ezra both and Zed both very experienced speedrunners of this game.
That's a fair save quit. Raven Lord with Ice Orb Plus or Wind Orb Minus. No thank you. Not today, Satan.
Definitely been showing up a lot in some of these early boss fights. Hopefully not going to end up a required check. I guess it's not going to be required too early. We've got a lot of other progression.
Yeah, we've got all of the Maw Caves. We've got the Royal Towers. We got lots of options, thankfully.
Still no present access. We're playing with Unchained Keys, so to get to the other areas in the map, you either need to pick up a warp beacon or go the standard vanilla route. That's still available, right? You
yes.
Rarely see that.
Rarely. It's not technically the standard vanilla because we are starting inverted, but we added a technically vanilla, so you get the wheel and the spindle, and you can warp to the present from the NPC camp. You can do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show up in anyone's seeds, not even practice seeds. So...
I have seen it in my course of commentating. We got Jim trying out the Colossal Hammer Plus on Ravenlord here. Having infinite vertical means it's not too bad. And oh, you're actually doing 2 with the Wind Orb instead of 1. Double the damage.
Leveled up a little bit.
Oh, Jim, careful! Oh.
I'm definitely still in the phase of my own randomizer that I just run screaming from Ravenlord unless I have a suitably powerful
Absolutely fair. That's a no thank you.
A bold move to take this early on when there's so much else available. Like if this is a slow fight for Jim and turns out to be a fast fight for Zed later, then that's a big chunk of time.
It's a gamble for sure, but sometimes you just have to gamble because these races have kind of come down to the who makes the right decision first. Not necessarily that they're making wrong decisions, it's just there's one right answer here. Oh, there's that present access.
Yeah, to military hangar. Both Zed and Jim, I think, consider themselves not the best at execution, which for me is crazy. They're both really good, but they both prefer.
You're in the 3rd round. Choices.
Exactly. But like they both value their own routing decisions. So I think like Jim taking this decision, like he's doing it for a specific reason.
We found another laser gate down in the Maw Caves here. That is also we also found their present warp access, and also the tablet. Whole bunch of present stuff, and Jim
and pink, and some
died.
Pink as well, so we can get to the.
Oh, Jim. Okay, gave it one good shot and decided, nope, I gotta go.
Keycard C as well, though. That Maw Caves is very, very, very full of good checks.
Because we also got the C key card. I think I saw that the warp in the present was the military hangar, which means that we do need something in order to get back to the library, but I think we have it with the elevator key card. That's the long way around. You'd have to go up and over and then back down the other side of Varndegroth's towers.
Yeah, and going left to right, you would need the C key card, but I think right to left, the door opens for you, right?
Exactly. You only need C key card on the right in order to get into Varndegroth's home. Don't die, Zed. Yes, plus Plasma Minus is a bit unfortunate to see. It is always fun when we see Plasma Plus, because that is definitely overkill. Also, seeing Gun Normal is unfortunate, because Gun Plus is the other one that was a little ridiculously pumped.
Yeah, I think damage randomization is probably one of the more popular randomizer flags, where normally all these orbs and spells would have fixed damage, but each seed, each element is bumped or nerfed by a particular amount. And,
I think Wef Jebster programmed it, and he said it was to help encourage people to use orbs that they've never used before. Usually people find their favorite orbs and then just instantly switch to it and always use it. And this way, you're kind of encouraged to, not do that.
Yeah, I think it definitely seems to have had that effect, and people are much more happy to switch it up.
We did see the Icicle Ring. That combined with the Wind Orb is one of the favorite machine gun options, because the Icicle Ring will shoot out a little icicle every time you attack, and the Wind Orb has no cooldown. And being plus means it's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, because the damage is going to be huge. I think both of these runners are a big fan of the orb swapping technique as well, which can really crank up the fire rate of some of these.
Yeah, and I was just saying, we're seeing Zed take use of the Ice Orb here. Most people don't like the Ice Orb that much. It has more of a unique trajectory, but it being plus means that people are more likely to use it right now, and we see Zed embracing that.
Definitely has a tricky fire pattern. Hard to attack unless you're familiar with it.
Zed at 7 HP. No, gosh.
Wow.
My heart. Ah. Thank you, Zed, for healing. My heart could not take it.
The Ravenlord fight has put Jim a couple of minutes behind, maybe in race order, but they are following pretty similar paths. As we've got progression parity for both of them.
Yeah. And heading into the Royal Towers, looks like. Or just the Castle Keep for Zed. We'll see if Zed does the basement loop, which I think Jim skipped over.
Yeah.
Yep, basement loop. Basement loop is not too bad of a commitment because it is a loop. It takes you right back to where you started. Being flooded is a little unfortunate because it means it's a little slow, but it's not the worst time commitment. You don't have to spend a warp shard on it, and it's got lots of checks. You will be abandoning one check at the very end because you don't have the Oculus Ring, but it's near the return point, and you should be able to get back there pretty quick if you need to.
Yeah, and the density of checks means there's a reasonable, but like there is a chance the Oculus Ring is just here waiting for you.
Yes. Frequently, the Oculus Ring is being all cheeky and waiting for you in a spot you don't want to abandon the eye check on. This is not the first flooded basement we've seen. I remember distinctly there being a flooded basement in the Westchester versus Lunar Ray Games match because it stopped them from going there initially, and then both of them completely forgot that they didn't do the basement loop, and that's where their last piece was.
Now you can see a few more checks in the Royal Towers.
Jim, hot on the tails, just a few minutes behind. And most of our races have been pretty close like this.
Yeah, I was having a look back. Both Jim and Zed's last matches were reasonably kind of to and fro matches with a lot of crossover and progression between where they both were, but they're still pretty close. Jim's last match came down to a 1 minute difference between him and Waffle Soup.
Yes.
Very nail biting.
We'll see if Zed goes to... Nope, not going to the bosses. That seems to be the new meta. Skipping the Golden Idol fight. It's only one check, and it's all the way over in that corner, and you have to warp out. It's usually better to do it once you have the upper Royal Towers warp position.
And if you find the Golden Idol fight somewhere else, you can even get a peek at what that check is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Going to the present. Still only have the A and C key cards, so I think we're going to have to go up and over to get back to the library. We did find Kobo in the pink room.
Yeah, which Jim doesn't have, so one extra check for Zed to find here. One extra boss.
Provided that the boss there is not too bad. It is one of the highest HP and hitting spots. So if it's something awful, then we might not see it. We're seeing Zed go through the Metal Gear Solid section backwards, where Jim is going through it in the order you are expected to do it in vanilla. There's pros and cons to both. One of them requires you to go up a little further on the elevator and then double back down. Going bottom to top, though, means you get a lot of spiders in your hair, which is not great. Oh, we get to peek. I can never see it on the restream, though, because it's always too fast.
Literally just a frame, right? You have to be really catching.
Yeah, so maybe between the two of us, we'll be able to see it. It looks like it was the Colossal Blade spell.
I agree with that.
double check on Jim's side. Yes, that's the Colossal Blade. So we now know you should not go there.
Yeah, much better spells already. Have we seen Blade? Do we know whether that would be plus?
I don't think we've seen any of the Blade options.
Either way, they have some other
It would not be
options.
worth it either way. Brawler mentioned being sad that the random warp location can't drop you in the lab. Well, there has been talks of having a option to disable safe warp locations, being that it can just be anywhere. Your warp could be in Dad Tower, and you have to go through the lab backwards somehow. There has been discussions about that for the next update. You did get Shadow Seal, one of the biggest improvements to your damage in the game. The more HP you have missing, the better your damage is.
Yeah, and some of these late game fights, you can definitely crank that up. We've seen some massive damage figures going on to some of these bosses.
Jin Inferno minus, unfortunate. There's a gear in one of the downloads. Jim will be picking that up right away because he's on his way too.
And that's 20 minutes in before we've seen the end game progression. We haven't even mentioned that the goal for these runners is to find 5 pieces of the time spinner. That's 3 gears, the wheel and the spindle, and then get to the final boss location in the dream world.
Mm-hmm. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is, as we have seen with our Unchained Keys, we can just pick up the locations. And with Enter Sandman, one of those locations can be the final boss area.
Merchant Crow, but they don't have oh no, they can get to the Crow boss location.
They need lab access for that.
I'm mixing it up with Kobo.
Yeah, Kobo we're going to see on Zed's side, probably. Maybe?
Which would
Thinking
be
about it?
Ifrit location.
Yeah. We still need the B key card and one of the gate access in order to get that spot. We also didn't even mention that there was a spindle up here in the Kickstarter backer rooms.
He's number 2. Yeah, so we start to find out just what the seed has got in store for us, whether it's going to be a quick collection. There was a seed the other day where it was just 5 minutes in between finding the first piece of the time spinner and the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like Zed's last match where he spent 18 minutes looking for his final spindle, final piece.
When fighting these dad-likes, Volturillus and Nuviuses, it's very important to know which spells make you stand up. Because sometimes you're ducking underneath something and you really do not want to release your spell unless you're certain that Lunaeus will not stand up in the middle of it. We have Volturillus here in the Ifrit spot. He's the slightly easier of the boss likes, the dad likes. His patterns are a little easier to dodge, but not much.
On the other hand, doing the courtyard checks.
Getting some good work out of Aura Serpent Plus on Zed's side. The Emperor is weak to it.
And picking up the pyramid access, which I think was the Gaia entrance, but I didn't quite see.
I was looking at the other screen, so I'll take your word for it for now. Which means that that is the furthest spot in the final area, so they will have to go through the pyramid to get to the final area, but that means we might see it early, because you have to do it anyway. If you're missing a piece, you might find it down there.
And we're only one Oculus ring away from your favourite part of the randomizer, right?
Yes. I hope that Regret Chest is required. And this is
And
why I
wet-
could
and
never
wet.
be and wet. And this is why I can never be in any of these tournaments, because karma would see to it that it would always be there for me.
But that would be perfect for you, because you would check it immediately.
Oh,
and
I
everyone
would,
else
yes, actually.
would avoid it.
But no one would want to fight me because I'd be cursed to always have wet regret.
Azure Queen here.
Mm-hmm. Getting some good work out of Gun Orb on JimTheEternal side with the orb swapping. Orb swapping being a technique with the jewelry box where if you swap away from your current orb set and then swap back, all the cooldowns are reset.
Yeah, I get some very fast.
There's that
heroes.
last laser gate access.
And Umbra Plus.
So Jim has access to the hangar, but not the lab just yet, because we still need that B key card, but it could be in hangar. And Cantarin just getting dunked on.
Tripping over and dying. See what we have in the desolation area.
Yeah, you went too fast. Okay.
Bombardment neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Again, very nice as a plus, but they have some good options now.
Jim also found the D key card. Somewhere in Ailana's tower, I assume. Where are we going, Jim? Going to do Upper Serene?
Did he burn his vines yet?
Oh, no, he's going to take out the Raven Lord at Azure Queen spot. Probably.
Revenge match.
Yeah. I'm ready for it now. Revenge! Ice plus and gun.
That's just gun.
Yeah, this is real good. And there you go, a happy ending. Jim did a little dance.
They're picking up the warp in front of Zarian Cave.
Accidentally switching one of his orbs to the ice orb when he meant to switch it back to the icicle ring, but he'll fix that eventually.
Jim's also going to be following to Lake Desolation.
Mm-hmm. There's that B key card. It's required for lab. Wait, that's vanilla B key card.
B card, yeah.
Fascinating. Took me a moment because I'm not used to seeing places where they're things where they're supposed to be.
Around taking just as quick a death for Jim.
Mm-hmm. The Icicle Orb getting some good work over on Zed's side, along with the Frozen Spires that we saw Jim just pick up now. Being plus, it covers a large area, including off the screen, if you bounce it right. And the little icicles that you shoot out from the orb stay there. So if the enemy's not moving very fast, it's going to continue to damage them.
And as I've seen recently, the Frozen Spires, if you're crouching down on the ground, you actually get quite a concentrated burst of those powerful ice spires.
It uses the height from which the orb is sent to determine its bounce arc. So if you're shorter, the bounce is going to be shorter.
The Empress Robe for Zed. Nice little boost to attack and defense.
Still about half an hour in, and we're still missing 3 of our required pieces. We do know that there is the warp to the pyramid available, so we don't need to make it through the lab, but we do know that the lab hat is accessible right now, and with this many pieces missing, yeah, Jim is going there. Switch audio, because this is a banger. Ooh, Empire Plus.
Definitely rounding out those plus options.
Empire Orb being one of the hardest hitting orbs in the game because you get it pretty late. Unfortunately, a lot of things in the military hangar are strong to it. Oh, don't die, Jim!
Making that save. Other than the Oculus Ring, should be able to pick up everything in the lab.
Unfortunately, the Oculus Ring is hiding 2 things. Oh, Jim does not have the B-key card. That's over on Skeleton. He's going to get that warp and then go check somewhere else.
We have a flooded lab. It's going to make traverse a little bit slow.
Come here, bear. Come on. I have so many cats joining us for commentation.
This is definitely a cat-friendly game.
Yes.
Featuring, it's 2 different cats as audio.
Yes. And I have a personal relationship to both of those cats. Boots, the feline sentry, was voiced by my parents' cat, named Boots. And Myth was voiced by my own cat, named Laptop. Both of them have
joining us.
Nah, both of them have unfortunately passed on. They were good boys, long-lived boys, but we have Bear with us right now. Hello, Bear.
The gas mask for Zed. Inside the B room, in the elevator, in the military hangar.
There's that B key card. Jim's probably gonna
continue through the caves.
Yeah. Zed going to probably do the Azure Queen. Because he also did not do it. No cats were harmed in the making of Timespinner, despite there being half of a cat in it.
Yeah, I mean, the lab itself is basically a factory for making cats, right?
Actually, they decommissioned the cats. They are being phased out. Come on, don't you know the lore?
Not as well as I need to, apparently.
You didn't know there would be a test?
Randomizer just incentivizes me to skip past it all.
I mean, that's fair. but the
Maybe
factory
look forward
was
to those.
making robot cats at the time. It just decommissioned recently.
Was it decommissioned by our protagonist running through the lab and destroying everything?
I mean, that's one way to say it, but it was being decommissioned beforehand. She just expedited the process.
Got it.
Getting a maw check over here, and it happens to be Boots. Boots, being one of the earliest bosses in the game, has no weaknesses, only strength, but being at this location does not have the chonky hit points he needs to survive very long against a plus spell.
Boots definitely can get scaled up to very scary numbers if you find him in the wrong spot.
Which is why we also always hope for final Boots.
So what are chat's predictions for our final two bosses?
Let's see, who have we not seen? I don't think we've seen either of the Nuviuses.
Haven't seen Alana yet.
I've watched too many of these. I don't remember which bosses we've seen. Pretty sure we saw Idol because we peeked what they had. We haven't seen... No, we know Nightmare is somewhere else.
Oh, Nightmare was Cantaran.
Yeah, Nightmare's at Cantaran. Sandman we haven't seen. Got the Royal Towers on Zed's side, so we're just going to see more of what Jim got over there.
No Iprit yet either, as Yano spots.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure we have not seen Ifrit. There's that Temporal Gyre warp, so you have been confirmed. The location of the warp to the final area is the final one. Or the first one. We have not seen Zarian. Final Zarian would be pretty awful.
The two biggest sources of checks now are going to be the lab and probably Pyramid.
Yes. Jim gonna struggle all the way back to check that one B card check over here. Gets a fancy dress for it, but going to equip that. It is true, we do have Hammer Plus, I believe, so Zarian will definitely get squished under that giant hammer. There's Azure Queen, so it's not her. Nothing important behind the experiment. I think we've been at 2 pieces of the Timespinner for quite a while at this point.
Yeah, we got there about 22, 23 minutes in.
Yes. This is going to be a very backloaded seed.
Which sounds like it's going to be an exciting seed. If we find that Oculus ring, then it's basically just going to be who can find the right location.
Yeah. That does seem to be what the Oculus Ring likes to do. Cheekily showing up at the last minute. The question will be whether Jim goes through Spider Hell. It being flooded is kind of awful, but Looks like Jim's gonna do it.
So depending on what orbs you have, being able to get up to those top hell gazers is actually quite good. But with Colossal Hammer, doesn't really make a difference.
Yes. Worthless.
Filigree clasp.
Brawler has a truly cursed suggestion. Oculus in way up there in Dad's Tower for Wheel on Wet Regret. Now you're speaking my language.
It's way up there in the Emperor's Tower in the present, or is that the
That's
top of
the
the Royal Towers?
Emperor's Tower in the present
Oh,
on the
yeah.
right side. Called way up there because you have to either use Light Wall / Celestial Sash or do one of the hardest struggle juggles in the game on the little guys.
Luckily, we have the sash, so
Yes.
not going to be burdened with that.
I don't know if that's technically in logic without the sash or Light Wall. It's technically possible, but some of the things that are technically possible are just not in logic because it's awful.
I think looking at the randomizer readme earlier, and in fact, I don't know how it would be for that extremely high check, but double jump, struggle juggle is generally in logic.
It is. That's the double jump struggle juggle is the top of the towers in the Royal Towers in the past.
Right. Okay.
This one is not normally called struggle juggle because usually people get up there with Light Wall or Celestial Sash. There's the Maw. At the Ravenlord spot with nothing.
Radiant neutral.
I thought I just saw something on Jim's side. It seems like one of the second things that Jim picked up from the Ravenlord spot was the hammer spell. I'm gonna look at Zed's side to confirm.
There wasn't a pop-up for it.
No, but I thought I saw it come out of the thing. I just wonder if I'm mixing up my shapes.
I'm checking the Ifrit location.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Yarno has said that double jump time stop is probably in logic there, so that can also be truly cursed, but thankfully we have Celestial Sash.
Add it to my curse list to start predicting at the beginning of some of these matches.
Yes. Oh. Having Empire Plus for Volturalis is... Got him with his own hammer.
Draw. Nothing useful there.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we going next, Jim?
Oh, he says.
Taking a peek at that pyramid. There we go.
Gotta do the pyramid anyway. It's in the far spot. You gotta go through it anyway. Zed did not peep the mini-boss reward, so we have to see the fight anyway. And it's just a Tailwind Ring.
And the pyramid is like the end game location, so if Jim finds something here, he's not going to necessarily assume that Zed has beaten him to it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna watch Zed's side closely to see if the second thing opened on the Ravenlord spot is the hammer spell. Just on shape alone. No, that was corruption. Okay. Gaslit myself into believing something was wrong. But nothing's wrong, everything's fine. Jim timed it out recently, whether it's faster to get the warp and then double back for regret versus getting regret on the way there, and it turns out it's about the same.
About the same, yeah.
And we have Zed on there too.
Just a warp shard.
Mm-hmm. He did not do regret.
No,
on
no
Jim's
Oculus
side.
ring.
Alright, we're getting the Emperor Tower. Yeah, Yarno, you did a great job with this randomizer. You probably are saying that sarcastically, but it's a really great randomizer. Which is why I was really confused that I thought I saw something that was wrong, because, like, it's never like that. There's nothing.
About the same, isn't it? So.
Well, it turned out it actually was about the same. It was like 3-second difference. It was like 3 seconds faster to get it on the way. If you did everything right. And it's not flooded.
Right, let's see what's in the way up there.
It's a...
Still nothing.
Still nothing in way up there. Where are the pieces?
Yeah, 45
Are we
minutes
gonna find...
we just have 2. They've all got to be Oculus locked at this point.
Yeah.
Surely.
There's got to be a lot of spots somewhere. We need 3.
Other things I can think of, I don't think anyone's gone back to check Captain's chest yet.
Not yet. Still haven't found Oculus. They're in the walls! There's Ifrit. Yeah, Frozen Spires is just gonna murder this guy. Yep, he's dead.
Immediately.
There's one of the
One
gears!
gear.
Oh! Required dad fight. That is fun. We still haven't seen Regret yet.
No, we can't until we find the Oculus ring.
Nope. I can still hope.
We do know that it's not wet regret though.
Unfortunate. I'll settle for just regret though. Dehydrated regret. Man, where is everything?
All hiding. And the thing is, because Oculus checks, like the secret wall checks, they're spread out so far, they're not going to be too far away from each other when they do find this Oculus ring. And it's basically just going to be who gets lucky picking the right location.
Looks like Jim didn't see what the twins had. Or doesn't remember that he... Oh no, he didn't check down here. Which we know doesn't have anything. Please, Jim, remember that you saw what the twins had. No, we know what's on twins. It's the Colossal Blade. Yes. Otherwise, we would have been yelling at them to go to the twins for a while now. No, Jim, you know what's there! It's not what you want!
Maybe he just didn't get a chance to see it. Like, it's only there for a frame or two.
It is, and, you know, this is a very stressful situation for our runners. It's just, I would not blame either of them completely forgetting that they've seen what was there, and just being like, I don't remember, I gotta go.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling starved of some progression.
Yep, Colossal Blade. Gonna get Bombardiers here on Zed's side. Get bodied by a boulder.
Yeah, still no time stop.
Mm-hmm.
Wheel
So that
one of
means
the 2 remaining pieces.
the Geyer's technically not in logic. You can sequence break to get that. Jim has not done basement loop, so Jim's gonna do that. We know there's nothing there. Unfortunately, we do not get double dad final bosses. Zed going to check Waterfall, which I believe Jim did earlier.
Probably Jim finding nothing in basement loop will settle him a bit, because like, he's had access to that for a long time, and it's a pretty reasonable thing to swing by early. If he had found Oculus there, he would that's a big kick in the face.
Yeah, that would feel real bad if you found Oculus down here and be like, oh man, I bet the other guys had this forever. No? No one's had Oculus. The entire run. And, yep, going to fight Nightmare here. I don't think Jim's done this yet.
No, we haven't seen Nightmare yet.
What is Nightmare gonna have?
And he's also heading the same way.
Mm-hmm. And we have...
Wheel.
The wheel! Oh, the tire has something. Much faster fight on Jim's side. Let's see what the Geyer has. The Frozen Spires are going to be great for clearing out these rooms.
Yeah.
Jim, I think, needs more warp shards. Yep.
So either we're going to find the final piece, or we're going to be sent on a scavenger hunt.
That is a good point. Nachibato points out that Jim did not open the door in the basement gate, so he does not have a fast way to go back if something is in that hidden wall. So
yeah, as far as this tournament has gone, that has been quite a lucrative check in a bunch of these races.
Mm-hmm. Jim realizing he forgot one thing, doubling back to the Geyer. But as we've seen on Zed's side, there has not been anything so far in the first 2 chests.
Has Zed made the pyramid dip yet?
Which I don't remember.
I don't remember seeing it.
Nothing in Geyer.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh. We haven't checked the B card download here, which is Zed going for.
Still going to put my money on Captain's chests.
Yeah, neither of them have gone back for Captain's chest, because so far in the tournament, it has not been worth it. Yeah, I know. Mip agrees.
There it is.
Oh,
So finds it in the Spider Hell Tower. Spider Hell.
that was I think B key card spot.
A key card.
Oh, a key card. I know, Cat. I know. So
Jim is going to find it very soon and doesn't have to go through Pyramid.
yeah, Jim is hot on his heels.
Oh no, Jim skipped. Okay, we're going back.
He's going for it. He's gonna... Oh, man. This is gonna be interesting. Because, yeah, Jim has the close warp.
And that A key card, which was one of the first things we picked up in this seed.
Hurry up, Jim! Hurry up, Jim! Hurry up, Zed! Both of you gotta hurry! Oh my gosh!
Neck
Is this
and
gonna
neck.
be one of our closest races? Wow. It all comes down to this.
Maybe 10 seconds in it.
Oh, Jim's been leveling up the Empire, or this is gonna be really good for him. Yeah, I know, Mip. And then who do we have next?
So Jim is
Sandman!
Sandman finish.
And the ice Frozen Spires is great for Sandman. Oh my gosh. Oh my god!
First phase finished.
Oh my god, I can't breathe! Yeah, I know, Mip. Okay, whoo!
That's it.
Let's get those exclamation
Exclamation
points
marks
for Jim. Photo finish here. Oh, and there's Zed. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Just 7 seconds different.
Wow. Oh my god.
What
This
a
is-
fantastically close race. The closest in the tournament for sure.
For sure. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That was fantastic. One of the closest, well, the closest race of the tournament for sure.
7
You-
seconds?
Yeah, you
7
were
seconds.
heading into the place to get that last gear as Zed was going through the pyramid, but you had already gone through the pyramid, Jim, so we started
Oh.
freaking out.
God, yeah, right? Photo finish. Shout outs to Zed, by the
Cool.
way, for turning me on to Frozen Spires.
Yes.
I wish I hadn't now. GG's. That was.
Yeah,
That was
incredible
ridiculous.
race. Absolutely
Oh my
incredible.
God. That was amazing to watch. Especially
I
that
saw the
last...
race room, like, tick as I was finishing up, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Right?
Because I forgot
Oh.
to tag the warp on my first time through Pyramid. No.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what it came down to. Oh my gosh. Just goes to
It
show
was-
that both of you are amazing runners.
It's a reasonably
Jeez,
linear
I-
seed. Like you probably couldn't have thought there was much in it going through that.
Okay, I mean, I when it hit like the 45-50 minute mark, I didn't feel like an amazing runner, I tell you what. But that was all over. Like seeing a gear out of Emperor's Towers is my nightmare scenario. I hate going that deep into the seed, so I always kind of fade towers, and then I go into towers and see a gear there, and it's like, oh no. Every single other person has been in Emperor's Towers for 15 minutes by now.
Not both of you kind of faded it for a bit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I think-
I kind of did everything else until that was kind of like my last big bulk area. Yeah. And then I was down to like a random onesie twosies, and I was praying that I didn't find a random Oculus that you had picked up 19 years ago. and-
Right. I honestly, Oculus locked by Oculus I'm okay with this.
I am terrified with seeds that are Oculus locked by Oculus because I'm always like, where did I forget it?
Oh yeah, you're
But
always
what if
looking
it's
back
not?
over your
If my
shoulder.
opponent find it, and how far behind am I because I don't have it?
Yeah, did I forget to go to Waterfall? Did I forget to go to Bombardiers?
We would
is
definitely
the,
count
is
you
the
down the
gear
remaining
sitting
tricks.
behind the breakable wall in lab that I am never going to go back to?
Yes. Oculus being locked behind Oculus is only okay after the fact that you know it's back there.
Yeah.
While you're running, it's like, is it? Is it though? Is it though?
Yeah, the whole time through, I was like, okay, it's time to start remembering what checks I haven't done, and how many of them I can actually go get, even though I don't have Oculus, and how do I route them in, and where am I going now? And I'm so glad I decided to check Kanjarin.
There was no significant divergence from the two of you. I think Zed didn't take a peek at Pyramid as early as Jim did. Jim, you left Basement Loop until right near the end.
Forever. Yeah. I didn't want to go to it while it was flooded the first time through, and then I forgot it existed.
That's what happened with the Wef Jepster versus Bodhi versus Lunar Games. So yeah, that's what happens when you don't do it the first time through.
It's true. It's really true.
And Jim, you suffered yet another early horrendous encounter with Ravenlord.
God, I swear to God, that bird.
I saw that and I was just like, no, not dealing with this right now.
Not today.
My source of damage is ice with Pyro Ring. No, you can't get me to do it. I'll come back later.
I thought that Azure Queen would be a low enough HP spot that Hammer would save the day, and Hammer did not save the day.
You almost got it.
Yeah, it was close, right?
You were so low level that each of the hits were just taking so much out of you, and you were chugging all those aura potions. It was just, you almost got it, but then when you died, that was unfortunate.
God, it was so close.
We could feel how triumphant your revenge match was with Gun with Ice Ring.
Yes,
with the little dance at the end. Yes.
I am a gun orb enjoyer, so getting Gorb and then coming back to Ravenlord to be like, okay, I know how to deal with this.
Along with Icicle Ring Plus.
Yeah, Icicle Plus was
you were running gun the entire time.
I was running gun until I got to Empire Plus, and then I switched to Empire.
I just was like, I'm going to use ice and try the entire time, but I've used enough ice where it's fine. Finding Selen Spangle early was like, okay, I need to kill significantly less enemies to get the experience I need. I'm okay with skipping more enemies and just sticking with ice, not taking the time to take it off, whatever.
That's really
Plus,
cool if you're
ice is
comfortable
good
with
against
ice
a
as
lot
an
of
air
items.
We were talking about that. Ice Plus is actually a little bit of a sleeper hit. The little icicles stick around on the floor, so if the enemies are actually grounded and not moving around that much, you get constant damage. And as you both know, the Frozen Spires is real good.
Yeah, Frozen Spires a lot better than I
remember
give it credit for. You preach it, Zed. Preach it.
Oh, absolutely. Frozen Spires is weak against two bosses. I don't think we saw either of them. It's weak to Genza and Zerion. It is either strong or neutral to everything else. It is such a good spell.
And it clears most of the screen, and if you give it a higher bounce, it'll clear off the front of the screen as well.
Yep.
I should have been using that on the
Crouch
Gyre.
good.
That would have been smart.
Crouch should get good, like, close damage on bosses, especially big ones. Stand up to get good crowd clears. It is an insanely good spell.
And now we know why it is Lunar Games' favorite orb.
Oh, yeah.
This was amazing.
Seconds. Jesus Christ, Zed!
Yeah. I when I saw that ticket, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it was when we saw you both going for the same location, just a little bit different from each other, but then realizing Jim had gone through the pyramid and got the warp, realizing how close this is going to be.
Had I skipped one other check, had I continued fading the Hellgazer Hall in the library, had I so
just
many
one
had
others.
Yeah, oh God. I definitely need to go back and watch this one. Man,
Yeah, there
Zed,
was definitely go on, Jim.
just incredible, this like photo finish. I want to shake your hand. If I could call this one a draw, I would.
absolutely GG's. Well-earned victory for you.
Yeah,
It's not often you win by 7 seconds.
Crazy. But it is a victory, and Jim, that takes you through into the fourth round of the winners bracket, the final 8 of the tournament. Which I think it's a step you reached last year, but in the second chance bracket instead.
Yes, that sounds correct. Oh man, that feels really good. I like to think that I am good at this game, and it is amazing to see it borne out.
You both are. It just goes to show you both are very well matched here. Jim, you'll be going up of the winner versus Batty or Tomberry James.
Oh my god, both of the 100% speedrunners against each other. It's going to be such a great match.
The good
Yes.
news is you've got a bit of a break because their match isn't scheduled until next Friday.
Okay.
Yes. So you
Okay.
can rest a little bit, study up on your competition.
Yeah. I'm going to watch their race with a notepad in hand.
And Zed, since this was the first chance bracket, you're not out yet. You are now over in the second chance bracket, and you do have a little bit of a wait until we get some of our second chance runs filled out. So you can have a little bit of a breather, watch some of the matches. We should be getting through quite a few of them tomorrow. We have quite a few races tomorrow, but calmed by both myself, as well as Wef Jebster, all three of them tomorrow. So I hope you like me and Wef as comms, because you don't get anyone else.
It's going to be a fantastic day of time spinner races.
Yep, we have them at Easter times, 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Just enough time between those last two races that I can go get dinner.
Oh man, Zed, your next match is a journey. It's
Yeah.
It's loser of Talon Ducky versus Yarno. Winner of that faces Urza. A winner of that faces you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First of those
Yeah,
matches
there's,
is scheduled
more
tomorrow, and
matches.
Oh man.
you'll get through it. Probably about the same time as Jim's next match.
Yeah, probably. These matches have been going by lightning fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, saying earlier, this is match 24 of the tournament, so it's almost the halfway point. There could be 50 or 51 matches in total.
Very exciting stuff.
Well, I need to go recover my heart rate. From that.
I need to go lie down. Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah,
need a moment.
I need to pick up all
I
my
need to
nail
go
bitings
breathe.
off the floor.
Yes.
I need to go breathe, and I don't know.
Yeah, I could not breathe that last little bit. Hoo boy. Thanks both of you for an amazing match to watch. Everyone follow the runners. And thank you, Odd Garrett, for joining me on comms. This has been a wonderful time.
I'm honored to be here.
And
Garrett.
And thank you, Speedgaming, for hosting us. We truly appreciate them putting up with our shenanigans. And unless there's anything else other people want to add,
Wishlist Timespinner 2.
yes, do that.
I just want a quick shout out for our commentators. Thank you for being here, and commentary really makes this more accessible. So I am happy to see people stepping up and stepping into the booth, and especially happy to see it people that I know and I know are going to contribute.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy to do so. We do need commentators for the Batty Mass Index versus Tonberry James on Friday, August 9th. I know for sure I will not be able to do that. And I'm pretty sure Wef is probably working. If anyone is available at 1 p.m. Eastern that Friday, please consider.
I can make that happen.
Yes. And even if you've never commed before, there's always a first time.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically just talk to another person about a video game for an hour or so. It's actually quite fun.
It's actually really fun. But without further ado, I think we will call it here. Let our runners calm down, rest a little bit, count how many new gray hairs they have.
Oh boy.
And we will all see you hopefully tomorrow for the next race.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. That's I'm happy to call it there.
Good night or good morning, everyone. See you later.